Welcome, Scorpio, to your love reading for October 2018. So let's look into what's going on with you. It seems like the past might be tough to either let go of, or a bad memory or something that you might be still coping with. All right, so let's see. For Scorpio, October 2018. When's your energy first come towards you? Your response, advice, outcome for Scorpio. Okay. So, both of you, see, it's this energy of kind of waiting, thinking, wondering, contemplating about what to do. You know, what's been done, what's been said, what's not moving. So this is an energy about contemplating your move and trying to figure out whether somebody's going to come around or whether or not you should go to them. It just depends, and focusing maybe on trying to find out whether you're going to be good financially if you were to make a certain decision with somebody. So maybe waiting around. So the person that you are dealing with, what they bring towards you, they might not bring anything towards you. So it could be that they're holding back purposely, just not sure whether or not they should open up to you because they don't want to be rejected, or that they've tried to reach out before but didn't do it, or they just have this energy of not really communicating, and you wait around and it doesn't happen. So that's the energy I was talking about, of fearing of walking away from somebody. Even if they don't communicate, you hold around and wait for them to do so, but it doesn't happen. So I feel like that person might be both of you might be dealing with an issue where somebody might be stuck financially, and then someone else emotionally just very manipulative, or they deal with different things that's emotional abuse, or just not really wanting to express how they might be feeling about a certain matter. Now, your response is you might be married or in a relationship. Now, both of you could be together, and if there were issues financially or emotionally, you two might not really speak all that much. Now, Venus is in retrograde, and it is in Scorpio, so it's pretty much the emphasis is on you, all right, and the things that you would like to kind of change, and the other person might be kind of out of the picture a little bit. So just keep that in mind. But I feel like a lot of you might be focusing on a move, a new home, fixing up the home, or even any marriage, and kind of keeping it stable. And you're trying to figure out whether or not to leave it, or to open up to somebody else and maybe move in together with that particular person. But the other person might be afraid of even approaching you right now because of the complications in a matter, financially, or being married or in a relationship, and not being able to cross that boundary, which is the right thing to do. All right. So your advice is to, if you are in a marriage or a relationship that you are satisfied with, be honest with your partner, and let them know about it, and go through the divorce. It seems like some of you might be staying with a connection that you might not be that pleased with, and even if someone is asking you right now to either get married or be in a relationship and you're not ready, it tells you to not to do it. All right, so you might need to be a bit rebellious and not commit to someone that's not committing to you, or not do things that you don't really feel like you should do right now. So these are energies of breaking away from the family, sometimes taking a break, taking some time for you right now. Even any kind of social activities that you might have, you can get into them, but you don't have to dedicate all of your energy to these things, because I feel like more of the time needs to be focused on you and what you would like to do. So going through a divorce, thinking about it, and maybe filing it, and maybe even doing something different when it comes to your beliefs. Sometimes you might feel that you can't connect with somebody because your spiritual beliefs and religion, or your race and ethics, those things need to change that perspective. So that means that you have to kind of maybe read something, maybe study, research, to get a different perspective on what restricts you or who might restrict you. And if someone else is restricting you in some way and they're not really opening up or expressing themselves, you have no other option. Well, you do have an option. You can stay there and wait around and they don't open up, or you can have the options of moving on and then freeing yourself up to have fun and enjoying yourself, and maybe even dating if you feel like you are in that position to do so. So last card. So obstacles. All right, so there might be a lack of passion with the marriage that you might be in, or a lack of passion with someone that would like to connect to you, but they might feel like it, but they don't express it, so you're not sure where you stand with that person. So we're going to look into why this might be going on. So clarify the Seven of Pentacles for Scorpio. So yes, somebody is maybe financially might not be putting in enough work right now, so that could be part of what's pulling you apart. And often someone is pretty much being very manipulative and controlling, and you're looking at them like, why they continue to do these things. Now if that's you, you have to be honest with yourself and ask yourself why you continue to do these things. Self-evaluation, which is not healthy because it causes obstacles, and it can, karmically can be very bad for you. So I feel like if you're dealing with somebody, it could be Aries, it could be Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, you have Taurus there as well, any other fire sign that's showing up. But I feel like that is someone that you might be dealing with the Queen of Cups there. That person is not communicating or letting you know anything about what they might be feeling, so kind of hiding their emotions, which is manipulative. Doesn't mean that they have to, but you don't have to commit to somebody that's not being honest with you. So clarify the Queen of Cups in reverse, Scorpio. Yeah, and that person might be a grudge. So you might be dealing with two. Well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 different people showing up. So could definitely be a marriage, and some of you might be dealing with two different romantic partners. Someone that you are with now, 2 women, 2 men, and I feel like that person might have some issues with the marriage or with how things might be communicated with you and them, but they really don't express it. If you have money issues or they do, they don't really open up to you about it, because they rather not. Maybe it causes a lot of issues there, and I feel like that might be an issue. So it might be 2 older women as well that you might be around, and often asking for money, borrowing money, not really paying it back. Different things like that could be going on. Clarify the Ace of Wands in reverse for Scorpio. Yeah, ulterior motives and hidden agendas, not being honest and not being very clear about what to do because someone is not clear about their intentions. Check out Ace of Wands in reverse for Scorpio. Yeah, and this is part of making sure that you really focus, disconnect from whoever is not connecting with you on an emotional level. I feel like you just have to, take it in stride and disconnect from them and focus on what's in front of you. And I feel like that might be financial concerns or even the person that you might be with. I feel like naturally you'll need to focus on that person. And if you don't feel like you are into that person, you have to go through the process of talking to them, letting them know why, and then going through the process of releasing yourself. So let's see. Real quick, clarify the Queen of Cups in reverse for Scorpio. Yeah, that person might be, say they're a friend that you were into, right? And you want to get closer to that person, but that person doesn't open up, so you're not sure of how to take it. And that's for some of you out there. You're not sure if it's love or if it's just, steady friendship for some. Or if it's something, maybe even deeper. Let's see. And it's like some of you might even message that person or talk to that person or flipped around and there's not a response. They don't say anything back. And I feel, yes, complications with another person where there might be a conflict as well. And that person might not be letting you know about that. And it does have to do with some kind of their beliefs and their ethics and things that restrict them in some ways that I was talking about before. And the person that you're dealing with, they feel bad about not really being able to communicate or express themselves, but they also just go along with doing it and don't open up. So that might be an issue. Let's see something. The Queen of Cups reverse. Scorpio. Yeah, lack of communication, a fear of change. That person has money issues that they might be going through, and they also may have either drinking issue, drug abuse, and maybe a different bad habits and vices that they might need to change when it comes to their health. So that's something that could be holding them back as well. And they might be with someone else that they receive money from and different favors from, and you might know about these things and you don't like it. So that's something that might be going on with some of you out there. So let's see, messages for Scorpio for October 2018. Trust, it says, the situation is calling for you to have faith. I feel like the month might be tough for you to get clear on what you want or what another person wants from you, and it tells you to just try to know that things will be okay. All right, let go, let go, let go. And flirt, it says extend your lighthearted energies to others, and that's part of the objective. Where you, if you do have a new love interest and the person doesn't seem that much interested in you, I feel like you have no other choice but to kind of just disconnect. And maybe you might want to flirt if you are single, and you disconnected from someone else. And often this is having fun as well, and just smiling, having a good time, and just uplifting yourself and uplifting others while you disconnect from someone that's not really connected emotionally to you or available. All right. So that's going to be your reading for the month of October 2018. Tons of love to you, lots of light, tons of healing as well. You can always go to the website psychicloveheals.com to schedule something for you. Have a good one.